I go, calm down, Ma. Calm down. Listen, they're doing their job. They're trying to fuck her. And this pertains to this dude. The only way I can keep my girl from fucking Flav's guys is that I'm on her mind. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be on her mind. Like, she has to say, it's not worth losing this for maybe the potential better fuck. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so the idea is obvious, right? If you're emotionally relevant, she's not going to throw you away for nothing, right? But if you're emotionally irrelevant, then there's nothing you can do. You're useless in her mind. Because again, these girls aren't going off of logic and reason. They're going off of emotion and instinct, obviously.
The fuck means nothing to her. Dick means nothing to women. Do you understand that shit? It's easy for them to get. You have to make your knowledge, your guidance, and your slight love. You give them love like little bits of medicine. My girl says, you know what I say when my girl says I love you? I say you should.
Like taking a vitamin every day.
You should.
There you go.
You fucking should. Because it's easy. It's not easy for you to get love. I'm a pimp. Except if I don't have bitches on the street.
Right.
Because that's that one little weak part of me where it's like, I'd like, keep your money if you're fucking. It's your pussy.
Interesting. Yeah. When she says I love you, you say you should. Yeah. So you as a man, you're trying to get bedroom fun. For her, getting bedroom fun is easy. Getting love is hard, right? No, it's true. Absolutely. Especially getting love from Chad or from a hyper successful man. It's extremely hard to do. And love is not just something you give for free, right? Love is something you give for consistent long-term good behavior. And if you're not getting it, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, you need to be seeing consistent long-term good behavior. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time, guys. She needs to demonstrate every day why you should be with her. And if she's not demonstrating it, there's something seriously wrong. Because a girl's respect is her love.
But
you treat him like a koala bear.
She was keeping tabs on me because let me say this correctly. I've devised a way, and you see my girl, she's a good-looking girl, man. I've devised a way to have her discredit the fact that she can fuck anytime she wants by seeing the way I need. She knows that a guy has to have no affection, no liking towards her to fuck her. She knows that in order for me to get pussy, that most of the time a girl that wants to fuck me feels about me the way she does. So it's moving in on her territory.
Right.
If a guy fucks her frivolously, it's not moving in on my territory. That's just you giving up your pussy. Hey, that's on. Hey, you doing me a fucking favor. Now I can go shop again. You know what I mean? I can go open up the human resources department. That's why I act the way I fucking act. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, dude, this is what you did. You, as a 35-year-old man, you need to give her guidance, man. Stop trying.
Oh, here's what I forgot to say. When he says go shopping, open the human resources department, what he's talking about is he can go get a new girl. She's done you a favor by cheating on you. She's communicated, I'm not interested in a relationship with you anymore. And so like, all right, drop her, block her, delete her number, and you're on to your new conquest, right? And no, he's right. You should totally be. It's like amused mastery, right? You are the enlightened leader, the enlightened alpha. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, hit that sub, hit all for notifications. If you'd like to support me, I do have a Patreon with exclusive content, patreon.com/theheliosblog. Just go there and subscribe. Again, it's newly revamped content, posting every week, guys. Just go there and check it out, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also drop me a donation, like Tom M here. Link is in the description. Shout outs to him. Let's continue.
Trying to catch up to her, have her catch up to you. You are better than her. You understand? Think about this. You're 35 years old, she's 21. That's 14 years her senior. Now, do you think that, what's 14 years? 8 years old or 7 years old? Do you think a 7-year-old would let a 21-year-old or a 21-year-old would let a 7-year-old dominate her mentally or dominate them, and you're gonna guide a 7-year-old if you're 21, right?
Right.
That's exactly right.
So you are still 14 years older than her. Guide the bitch. You're not guiding her. Don't dump her. She's just goofy. She's goofy.
I was trying to guide. I'm telling you, Patrice, I'm being honest right now. I was trying to guide her, and the thing is, it never was about sex. She just didn't really. She wasn't a sexual person. She would rather lay down and cuddle. That was more important to her than sex. You know, I was like, okay, but see, I'm a very sexual person, and you know.
You cannot bargain for genuine desire. You cannot bargain. You can't say that. It doesn't work. Here's what you do if you want more bedroom fun from the girl. And by the way, if she's doing that stuff where she's like, oh yeah, men don't need bedroom fun. I'm not interested in doing this. I'm prone to XYZ. You know, like she doesn't care about your needs. Cool. You never promoted a girlfriend. You just leave her as one of your options that you sleep with very occasionally. And you know, you give her like, let's say 2 hours per week of your time, right? And you just pursue other girls. And you get another friends with benefits. And you get another friends with benefits. Any girl that is not willing to meet your needs does not need to be promoted to the biggest respect position that you can give her, which is a girlfriend or wife or whatever. I don't care how great of a girl you think she is. If your needs are not being met, she is not worthy. So get a girl who's worthy. Very simple. Oh yeah, you don't want to have bedroom fun with me? Understood. So you never text her, you never call her, you never spend time with her more than 2 weeks. More than 2 hours out of the week, and spend more time with a girl who's actually giving you what you want. Because she's not worthy. Yeah, she's a cuddler. Cool. I don't want to cuddle if I'm not having bedroom fun. So, sorry. Get out. You know, like, sorry, I'm busy. I have whatever to do. Sorry, I can't spend too much time. I have work early in the morning, or whatever. Give whatever excuse you want. We're not out here letting a girl get everything from us, and we're not getting everything we want. It's utterly ridiculous.
3-4 times a night I want to go, where she never wanted to, and it had always been that way. And the thing is, we've
always been that way is a red flag. If from the beginning of the relationship she didn't want to have bedroom fun with you, it means she doesn't see you as Chad. She doesn't see you as a top guy. She sees you as a placeholder. So if she sees you as a placeholder, why are you with her? Go get with a girl who doesn't see you as a placeholder, who doesn't see you as second, third, fourth, 25th best.
I walked away from everything in Virginia to go back with this girl, and
I understand now. You are less. She's more important to you than you are to her. So you've already lost. Get a new girl, dude.
Just came out of the blue. It was like 1 minute. It was like
move on.
Yeah, dude. Let me tell you what you are right now. You are if life was a road, you are behind. You are 3 cars behind, and you on a dead end one-way street. You're 3 cars behind, and you can't pass her. You're stuck. Soon as you said, I'm going to drop everything, which innately makes you unattractive to a woman. You drop everything.
You're in a Taurus trying to keep up with a sports car.
It's
take the next exit, man.
Learn from this, man. Because, you could turn it around, but it might take more time than you need.
No, actually, I don't. And I'm not mad about it because the fact that she was young. I'm not mad about it. I'm a little hurt about it, but I'm not mad about it.
All right.
I'm going to walk away from it because I look at it as a learning experience.
All right, Paul.
Good
luck to you, all right, buddy?
Good luck, buddy.
All right.
Yeah. Brad, what's up?
Exactly. When they're saying you're behind, it's like she doesn't see you as a superior. You see her as a superior. She sees you as below her. So, see ya.
Yeah, I just wanted to give Patrice some props, man. He really knows his women shit, man.
Yeah. I'm a fat motherfucker in a world where I don't want to date fat bitches. So I got to figure it out. And I figured it out that women aren't us. Nope. I am not fucking a woman version of me.
Randy in Virginia. Randy.
Yeah, man, I got to give it up to Patrice. every time, is it me or is it like every time he starts talking about this shit, it's like, man, just shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. And then at the end, you're so enlightened. You're like, God damn, this guy has figured this shit out, right?
Yeah, it's a belief system.
He did.
And it might be wrong.
It's unreal.
It might be wrong, but let me tell you something. If you're a soldier in the army, right, and you are as tough as you think your commander is.
That's right. Yeah. That's exactly right. And that applies to relationships as well. The girl is a direct reflection of the guy. So how can you tell how strong the guy is? Look at his girl. How does she dress? How does she act? How does she look? Does she take care of herself? How is she in a bedroom fun sense? That's how you can tell the measure of a man. That's how you can tell. I mean, that's not the only way to tell, of course, but it's a very fast way to tell, right? Like the guy's walking around in public with a girl. You can tell immediately by her behavior. Is the guy too permissive? What does the guy let the girl get away with, right? And if it's basically nothing, I mean, you have a very happy relationship. Happy man is a happy relationship. They say happy man, happy life. Happy wife, happy life, but it's not true. Okay, let's read this post by Rollo Tomasi. It's called Adaptations Part 2. Okay, so he's talking about his SMV graph. My SMV graph was never meant to be some canonical tablet handed to me from the Almighty. I thought of it then, and I still think of it now as a very good workable outline for how men and women's comparative SMV relates to the other. It has been born out of many other statistics from individual studies sent to me. So if you guys have never seen the SMV graph, I'm just opening it in a tab, right? I'm just opening it here. Here. So this is the chart, okay? So you can see the pink outline here. So the peak span. So look, women's SMV is like low when they're young. Then it peaks at around 23, and then goes down kind of like a steep slope after 30, especially, right? And for men, they start off like at nothing. At like 23, they're just at like 4 or maybe 5, and then they reach their peak at 35. But of course, a man, or 40, but a man never reaches his peak if he doesn't work on himself. You got to build it. You got to work on your fitness. You got to work on your finances. You got to work on your charisma. You got to build your skills. You got to build your charisma. You got to practice. It's not like, it's not just something that just comes. Like for a girl, she reaches a peak SMV without doing anything. All she has to do is not eat a ton of McDonald's. For a guy, that's not the case. You have to build and build and build and build on what you have. That's what it is. Okay. That said, in relation to where I'm going with this adaptation series, those critics aren't wrong to suggest that this outline would be subject to the social environments and simple physical realities of earlier times, and likely some times yet to come. Take what I'm about to delve into here with a bit of salt. I'm not a historian. One of my favorite figures from the Civil War was Colonel Robert Gould Shaw. If you've ever seen the movie Glory, you know who I'm referencing here. This young man was 23 when he enlisted and 25 when he was promoted to major and colonel. In that time, Shaw saw some pretty bad stuff, including the Battle of Antietam. I'd seen the movie when it first came out in 1989, but after watching it again for a class assignment, I had a new appreciation for the real man who was Robert Shaw. I saw the film using what had become my red pill lens. It struck me that the realities of that era forced me to become a man, forced men to become men much sooner than men do today. The realities of our time give us a leisure that men of Shaw's age simply couldn't imagine. The realities of that time necessitated a quick maturation to bear the burden of heavy responsibility. Those burdens were much more imperative then, but a 23-year-old is still a 23-year-old. I thought about how I'd spend my own years between the ages of 23 to 25 when I was at the peak of my semi-rock star tail chasing in the late 80s Hollywood scene. I began to really think about the differences in the social and physical environments of 1860s and the 1980s and 90s. I've always joked that men didn't become men until they're 30. Even on the SMV graph, the point of at which I attribute men's real ascendancy to peak SMV at around age 30. But that wasn't always the case in the past. Men live longer lives as a result of health and medical advances, but it takes much more time and personal investment as was acculturation for men to realize their personal potential. Men's burden of performance wasn't much different in prior eras, but the time frame necessary to reach a man's peak potential was much more accelerated. So to address the concerns of the temporal critics of the SMV graph, yes, this graph might look a bit different to the men and women of the 19th century. Considering lifespans of the era and social conditions then, the ages during which a woman would reach a peak might be around 17, and a man's might be 25. Over the same curves, the bell wouldn't change drastically. Men adapted to the conditions their environment dictated to them, and in much the same way they did before and after the bedroom fun revolution. And this adaptation came as a result of what was expected of them as their burden of performance, as well as what their social leisures would permit them. Love American style. Into the 70s, the new social contract of the free love generation began to take a new shape. Bear in mind that this new egalitarian contract was based on the hopeful presumption that both genders would mutually honor the what's on the inside that counts normalization of attraction. Under this contract, women's hypergamous natures could flourish, while men's unlimited access bedroom fun strategy could ostensibly be realized. Of course, these lofty higher consciousness presumptions were meant to supersede human nature and an evolved bedroom fun arousal function based on human biology. One thing that still thwarts ideological womanism today is that its perceived goal state contradicts human beings' natural state. This contradiction gets narratively blamed on men not wanting to cooperate, but even the most ardent womanist is still guilty of her own biology and arousal triggers contradicting herself. Biology trumps conviction. People get fidgety when I apply this in a religious context, but it's equally applicable to womanism and really any ideology that underappreciates human nature and the realities of its condition. As the new bedroom fun landscape began to solidify, men began to adapt their own bedroom fun strategies to the conditions of this fast and loose environment. Just prior to the disco generation, hardcore, spicy content began its path to the ubiquitous one we know today. The bedroom fun restraint necessitated by the realities of prior generations loosened in light of widespread hormonal birth control and safer A-word. While hypergamy was effectively unleashed, the women of this era hadn't fully grasped the scope of it being so or what it would become. Acceptable premarital bedroom fun, A-word, and unilaterally feminine-controlled birth control meant that women had an unprecedented degree of control over their hypergamous decision-making. I doubt many women of the time understood this, but the only real control men had, and still had over women now, was grounded in the psychological or the physical. Provisioning was still a consideration for women, but the division between short-term and long-term parent became much more stark. As I mentioned here in the beginning, a slowing of the maturation process was the inevitable result of women's freedom of hypergamous choice. Short-term alpha seed no longer posed the same societal and personal risks of a pre-birth control generation, thus long-term parent choices, beta need, began to be delayed. The ideological cover story was one of women expecting men to love their insides despite their age, psychological baggage, or physical condition. Women's preoccupation with the wall was ostensibly mitigated by the free love social contract that men would honor their end of the higher consciousness egalitarian dream of mutually agreed attraction based on intrinsic qualities. The biological realities for both genders was much different. Women trusted that they could be free in a bedroom fun sense without social stigmatization, but the reality was the long-term needs of hypergamy could be postponed in what would eventually become a Sandbergian bedroom fun strategy, which is to sleep around with Chad when you're young, and then later on to settle down. The more alpha men of the time, ones in touch with the visceral nature of women and themselves, understood the incredible boon this represented to them. It's important to bear in mind that hypergamy was not the openly embraced dynamic it's come into today. Thus, the unspoken, secretive nature of hypergamy was sometimes something a man who just got it instinctively understood, and women were aroused by. Okay, back to the video here.
And no matter what the fuck he tell you, if you believe in it and believe in the strategy, and they say, okay, this can't go on now, I could die, but this is, he knows what the fuck he's talking about, right. You follow that motherfucker. That's what women want. They just want a fucking soldier. They want to be a soldier and follow the right lieutenant. They don't want to go, I don't know. You know, they want one that grabs them by the top of their head and says, look, man, you got to suck my dick better.
All right, man. Got it
all figured out, man.
Patrice.
All right, amazing.
True. So what he's talking about is coaching, right? You are the leader. You tell her what to do. You tell her how to do better, and she appreciates and wants to please you more because she knows that when she does what you want better, you will like her more, and she'll have more of a control over you. I mean, that's the long-term plan, right? She wants to try to convince you, the alpha male, to marry her, right? Effectively.
This is the problem. You broke up with your girl.
Well,
I didn't feel no magic there anyway, dude.
Nah.
Wasn't no magic there. I met his girl. I'm good at that, man. I met it. Yeah. There's magic with him, you and your girl.
Yeah.
I never really see you guys together, you and your girl. It's like weird.
Hope he doesn't take her out.
He doesn't. It's weird.
Only certain circumstances.
No, when I see you together, it's never enough where I could get a magical, where I could feel something.
Well, it's usually during radio
events. Yeah,
I have to worry about so much crap.
This new one there that you just broke up with, I didn't feel it. It was supposed to go anyway.
I don't know, man.
I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it at all. I
That should help him today.
I hope that helps.
Norton, you're a celebrity, dude.
Oh boy. No, I'm not.
What are you heard about?
Here he goes. No, I'm not.
There it is.
What did she did? What did she enable for you to miss her now? What do you miss?
I don't. Well,
it's your own ego that's acting up.
It's not
Norton.
even a miss thing because I'm so angry that I don't think I would want to repair it even if I could.
What did she do?
Just fought, you know.
What did she do?
It's good that anger's there instead of complete just sadness.
Wait, what does she do?
What did she do to you?
Oh, nothing.
Why are you mad?
We just fought. You know how it is. You fight and it's just ugly. It gets ugly.
And you got rid of her.
It was mutual. No, I can't say I did. It was mutual.
You're gonna.
So what happened is the girl was constantly disrespecting the guy. He wasn't happy. He fought back. And then she in her pride didn't back down and kept going. By the way, my stance on relationships is the following. If the girl goes against you, she shows disagreeableness, and it's not justified, I'm already 1 foot out the door. If she doesn't change or back down, then I'm gone. I'm not out here accepting this garbage behavior. Because that behavior will ruin your relationship in the long term. So there's no need to even have the relationship at that point. Just go find a girl who won't treat you that way.
Come crawling back to her?
No.
It's over.
Good.
We're done.
Now, how many women do you think the void... How much emptiness do you have now? 5 women?
How tall am I? There was...
How many women do you think...
Oh, my God.
How many women do you think...
Let me enjoy that one.
How many women do you think...
It's like a science project.
It will take to fill that void now?
I don't know. Let's see. We started last night. $300.
No, man. The chase of square girls. You got to chase square girls.
I completely get that, but at 2:30 in the morning, kind of hard to find a square girl. You got to get a circle off Craigslist.
So it was sexual emptiness?
No, partial, but no. That's not. I can't even. I won't knock her for that. No, that was more my.
No, it's not. I can guarantee you I know what the problem was. It was she never genuinely desired him. She never saw him as Chad. She saw him as second best or third best or fifth best or whatever. And a man's psychology, your hindbrain recognizes that and doesn't want you to stay in the situation.
I think actually, no.
He doesn't want to trash either, so he's...
No, I can't. No, I won't. I won't.
That's not Jimmy's thing.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I forgot. Why does your hindbrain do that? Because it's signaling to you that your paternity is uncertain. She might sleep with another guy. That's why you have that instinct.
It is Jimmy's thing. Who are you? Do you even know him?
No, not trashing like this close. Oh, in like a couple of weeks? Forget it.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, he'll be, calling her awful
Are you gonna take her back?
He said.
No, she doesn't want to get back with me. I don't get back with her. There's nothing she wants to get back and I don't, or I want to and she doesn't.
He said.
It all happened 2 nights ago, and we're not going to talk. That's it. I know it's it.
Oh,
Look at his eyes.
Has all the stuff been removed from your place? Anything that was hers?
While we were arguing.
While you were arguing that was happening? Wow.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Your mansion is now empty?
Well, there was never much there. It was just a few pair of panties and,
Oh, I'm going through it now, dude. I mean, it ends up, with her coats in my closet. I'm just like, wow. I got 1 million coats and jackets. I'm looking at, what's this girl's fur coat doing in my jacket? Sweetie, can you get your...
Wow, you're that territorial where you don't even want...
Because that's where it starts.
It starts there.
It starts. Just...
And then before you know it, what?
Before you know it,
it grows.
You turn around and it's just everything is everywhere. I banish her stuff to where I never see it.
That's why Patrice is brilliant.
Dude, but I'm saying she knows. My girl knows that I am looking for the big fight because I've had no other women in my house. In my crown molding painted house, I have had no one in there except for her and her kid.
So you're looking for the big fight.
I'm just she knows I'm sniffing out something. So
like if you're gonna have a fight with a girl,
bitch, and she just goes.
If you're gonna have a fight with a woman, it's gonna be a big one, and it's gonna be her because who else are you gonna fight with?
I gotta have a big fight with her so I can
have
some. She knows I'm waiting to have somebody else come in there.
Oh, I see. He's trying to get an excuse to sleep with another girl. Yeah. So there you go. This is, again, how do you maintain a long-term relationship with dread, right? That's like the biggest way. So that's an example there. Okay, let's just read this and then we'll end the video. From relationship advice 9 hours ago. So the girl is 18 and the fiance is 24. He makes me feel bad for denying him bedroom fun. Help? I'd like to start off by saying that I love my fiance with my whole heart and we're incredibly happy except for this one thing. I'm quite prone to UTIs, but it causes bedroom fun to be painful and I just don't feel up for it. When I tell my fiance this sometimes, he's super understanding, but other times he'll try and put it in me anyway and gets mad when I push him off. He won't talk to me for a while after I say no again and will bring it up in arguments about how I don't give it to him anymore or that I don't try anymore. When he gets out of his mood, we go back to normal again. He's incredibly loving to me. A part of me feels like I'm just being entitled. I don't know if I'm making a big deal out of nothing. I don't want to break up with him because I do really adore him, but sometimes I feel like when he gets horny, if it gets my feelings matter, do tell me if I'm just being stupid. So here's what it is. She is not actually attracted to the guy. She's only giving the guy bedroom fun out of duty. This UTI thing is her excuse to say no, and this will develop into a dead bedroom slowly and then all at once because she doesn't want to actually have bedroom fun with the guy. That's just it. The guy's relationship is already dead. He should end this engagement. Yeah, you're engaged after dating only 8 months? Yeah, no, that's not true. Okay. Okay. Yeah, look at the comments. She has no business being engaged at 18 no matter the age gap, even less after 8 months, and for sure not to someone who disrespects her. So what's the idea? The idea is that, 18-year-old girls can't get married because it's terrible. But no, this isn't the problem. The problem is disdain. Anyway, we're going to end the video there. If you're new to the channel, like the content, hit that sub, hit all for notifications. If you'd like to support me, I do have a Patreon exclusive content, patreon.com/theheliosblog, newly revamped, posting content every week. Just go to patreon.com/theheliosblog and subscribe. Again, it's patreon.com/theheliosblog. You could also drop me a donation like Tom M. The link is in the description. Again, guys, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to my content. I really do appreciate it. You guys are wonderful. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.